Testing one. Okay, that's up too high. Okay.
Kada,
Yeah.
like if they're gonna go out, start to get ready with kadahol, and he used to say kadahol, kadahol, hinok ang means he oil it and just heat it, and keep doing that, and pretty soon it'll be just strong. But they must have had to make them out of kadak too, because they see kadahol, but that's the name of it.
Danny Dak.
Go, you're done, has nok at the dach, nok at the dach hat ni, och tachas. No, kota kudu who is kota kong achtast at needs of high gets on high all. Babi, tlachad the light to whom sich ahanai. You call your call cover sits and at needs. Go has who needs a kayak. Ho hanach di thought that had need a horn. Okay.
Okay.
So, Suida has kun height sich ahanai. Tahas. The kasut to dax or you do. No, di thought the costs of it. I told Bill how you'd need height sich ahanai. You do dots and tottles. No, ak near nisa koste. Hod and tura nahat ne. Height needs flutes a hazel. Now, how you stop?
I don't think we have a verb of limping.
She, when she started to go back to her family after she had those 12 kids, and still Battle was with her, so they started camp with this family. Really large family. That's the largest family they know of. And during the night, here it was ants. Yeah. So during the night, it just started to crawl all over them. So he cut one. He was going to cut one off. And it started limping around. That's why it's almost off.
Oh, it's niet van
Not dicht.
Oh, it's niet van
No, he didn't completely cut it off. That's what she did to him, or her, you know. That's what she did to Nasty. So it started limp around.
Does it mean plural now?
So
Nasty.
Nasty.
Go ahead.
No, because if they na grill. Takana oniyo. Takana ono nakita ko. Of course, sakana ndahula. Sakana condens and loots any tom. Geniola hay the nat eek. Ndahula doi de heat or you hodo da yes. I look on violent. First time violent Attla. Yeah, this game they used to have a long time ago before cards game or anything. It's called Tongucht, and it's about 6 inches long. They have about 4 or 6, and they put it on the back of their hand, and they throw it up in the air, and they try to catch one of them with their small finger, the last finger. And if they miss it or catch it with the wrong finger, that's not point. And any number of people can play this, and they just go around, but they mark down their point. Like if they caught 1 at their first try, and if they caught 2, then they got 2 points, and they go on like that until who first catch all 4 or 6 of them by small finger, then that's the winner. And it's just like a cards game. Look, lodal gloy. Bisni halkun. Okuluk lona haitarilak tanda. Yaka tabi klida anach. Hainilin ortsan. Binok altokato. Takatahi kultuhun. Look, lodal gloy. Hayacht and that one. Height och. You know, height och at con. And go تلاحو خبيث هو تلاتون shotgun هالكون أو any kind of gun firearm إلتن إلتلاي خبيث كيدا أو كهالكون يقصلت أنت أبقى تراها ديسكي تو يتحيها أو قدلتوه كهالكون وتليدوغي غلطة. So it'll be good lucky gun again. And then another way to use it, they do when they think gun get bad luck is haidoloi hoko, the file end of the barrel. Just a little bit. You don't have baby. Kayik as the hultla adon has the kochlis ye baby a gachelt ut hadni go you ban aban lani or you ban ya had it yo it has kochlis gets na hay de hultli hay bad in it utl ko hay bad dodent u so gets na hay de hultli so talis hay not nicht ko kabat halte baby altok chaha hal talis havloi nibich och chaha hal baby ka alkus ka kadagela khatni. Now they did this when they had to but that's I heard that from two old ladies and so that must be true. Go your don has you a near hoy hat out the cock at me. Go has yakadon sa dino rat the horn. Ochtahas Nico Hasona Karnaston at the head at Sahian. I guess you could translate it. Go Shaka kun habis ok alran and it has shakara hatni shaka habis lon habis orastal kun shaka denais hal galdes hadaraini shaka denais ahal ildal is they walk around with dogs and dogs packing with them. Klik haslela وخيق إغاي go تل قوي هتكون باني كون هتل قوي كتل حياها أوني لا كتل حياها القوي تكو شوحت الأصل جيم هتكون نيلغان تنوك هوني القوي it has kun tel koi ahadni so ko bani kun tel koya ko haya hasudel ol de kun tel koya ko tentel ros hoitsan tentel ros tal kun تقول تلاق أقو that تقول تلاق أقو not تادلغوش حدني كوخلت أسيول قد تهسيول تهو قدلغوش هايتلني just like not okay or no kabuhulan nil hotel rost dahil tarini ko 10.
Okay.
Taknana is you can find it where water drain out of the lake, and you can find it after high water up on the brush, and then you can another time you can see it floating in the lake, and it usually on top the ice until ice melt, and I guess it go down right down the bottom. But it's used for after you put your poles and then birch bark and you spread it on top the birch bark and you bank it. Now that's to hold the dirt from coming through the roof. And then another way you use it is for baby mattress, for disposable. You just use it and throw it away and get some more. That's the way my grandfather used it. I seen it.
Sort of like when you carry a
imagine
baby,
when there was no diapers, yes.
when they carried the baby in
Yes.
on a bag or
On
something.
the tosses.
Yeah, they
Yes.
put that on the bottom.
Now tosses, the way my grandmother described it to me, but I seen it tosses, old one hanging on the tree, is winter time.
Cradle.
Yeah, it's not a cradle really. It's a baby carrier. What it is, baby carrier. And summertime they can get dirt easy because they usually use those dirt that's not pouring, sand that's poured.
Oh.
It's those dry mud sand.
Oh, really? Dried mud with sand in it.
And not so much the sand, but I guess in time, there's time they used it because they have used it all the time. But I asked my grandmother, what do you use in winter? Well, she say they could use ashes from the fireplace, but for some reason they didn't go too much for it. And whenever they see stump falling in the brush, and you know how the dirt show, okay, that's what they used to get.
I see.
Probably in birch bark basket or something.
Wow.
And that's what they use.
Huh.
And when they dump it, they never dump it any place like you dump water or anything, out. They dump it under a tree trunk like bunch of willows, and then you can't walk under there.
Right.
Because you can't go through there.
Right.
And that's where they dump it.
I see.
So that if it's a girl, they'll be a good sewer, or they'll learn how to work easier. There's some people that don't do as good as the others, and so they'll be good in the future. And for the boys, so they'll be good hunter. And so they always be careful where they dump that
I see.
dirt. And they use they use it same way in like he said, cradle, that you leave down. They have two different kinds.
They also have the
One for
cradle.
the night and one
Right.
for during the day.
Right. And they can also use some kind of moss too as well?
Yes,
in both
yes.
of those?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes.
one?
Mm-hmm.
Now which kinds?
An extension.
Oh, it's on the book.
It means we have 3 names.
Probably, because I know, I heard my grandparents talk about Koyukon. And this is the kind I say they burn under fishnet if they think that fishnet got bad luck. They hang their fishnet the way we hang it up. And they burn this kind, probably in something.
Are there 1 or 2 kinds of these, do you know? Some places there's a large kind, and then there's some places there's a small one. Let me show you here.
Ours is about like this, or even
You've
smaller
got,
maybe.
crisp examples of both, right?
Right. Show you this one.
Lower, but that one is possibly monkswood. See,
It's off. It's off.
There's a similar name as Catherine's name for Hudson Bay.
Can you say that again?
The ones on the mountain that's kind of all curled up, short bushes. They call that astoka. And the one out here, we just call it qas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's two different kind of qas.
And do they make
Yeah.
different kinds? Some places
Uh,
they have them the same size,
mhm.
but when they use them for dye, one comes out lighter color and the other comes out real red.
Well, this red is from the lower.
The lower one
Uh-huh.
comes
Yeah.
out real red.
And it's an altar, is it?
Right.
Mhm. We call that altar around home.
So can you say that again? With the
Like this spruce tree with smooth bark, with not too much branch, or it could be quite a bit branch, but that's what we call tat'al.
Yeah. Okay, maybe you can get a better piece about Koyukon, or what is it? What's
It's
the
about
best?
ash
Yeah.
is a jack spruce. I guess that's what it. I don't know what's the really name, but we call it jack spruce.
And it's about Attla.
It's about that is short, young trees, just like Attla.
Oh, they use it that
Yes,
way?
Attla is another. I mean, small, but that's the only one I know. Attla and
Young spruce birch. Okay, I wasn't aware of Attla.
okay, there's I mean, like where there's owl camp or beaver house where beaver been cutting trees and there's new growth is Hanana Leone.
that's a kind of willow.
New growth.
New growth.
Is that birch then, or
yes.
does it matter? Anything?
Anything, I think, but I seen it lots, and well, that's where I heard it. Is Hanana Leone.
Yeah.
It could be in the other trees too, other
Right.
willows. Yeah.
Kindling?
If it's down, it's good to make fire with. In the story, that's what he light up the place with.
That's that clump in the spruce tree. huh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. How about juniper? You talked about the juniper.
Well, there's a bunch of spruce words yet
Okay.
without bark, huh?
It's got the branch, but it's
Like in a burn area? you mean?
yeah, it could be. I don't know, but what happens by itself, you know.
Mhm.
Without bark. Huh?
Spongy one or whatever, you know. It's got a. It's more like it looked like a sponge, but it's dry,
And what color is it?
and it can soak like sponge too when it's wet.
And what color is it?
It's a light brown.
Okay. Where the one you use for smoking is real crumbly? More
Yes,
crumbly?
yes.
Where the brownish one is more spongy. And
And we don't use that for
Don't
smoking.
use that. well, that's just probably an earlier stage before it gets really old.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It's a different type
Yeah,
altogether.
it's a different type altogether.
But it's from the spruce tree.
Maybe we could find some outside
Maybe we
later.
could find.
It can be from Koilu and Arash, that's a cottonwood, and Sabah.
So we gotta take it off the spruce list.
It's a general term
word,
then.
So I know there's 3 that we can get some from.
Name them again then? Cottonwood?
Lines on there,
Mm-hmm.
we call that text-ethnographic.
Mhm.
When you start to get birch bark to work with, like for a basket, you look for bana nokodzi. Bana dikodzi. Bana dikodzi. Bana dinal, when you start to bend it, it'll crack at that place.
Oh, I
That's
see.
why they look for bana dikodzi and bana dinali. So bana dinal is not used too much. Just
Okay. I'll make a note of those 2 terms then.
I didn't even record that, but
Subdivisions, that's cute.
I didn't even record that, but I didn't know because I never watched my grandmother. She didn't make much basket.
The ones that are good are the Diakwodzi?
Yes, but no deokoji.
Are good for basket.
Yes. Or probably canoe too. You know, I don't know what these. Imagine it'll be canoe too. But no, dinali because it'll crack right there.
Then we have a picture of the flakes.
Oh yeah, the little flapping.
I heard something about it, but I don't remember. Yeah, they have riddle about that too.
Right, yeah.
You know, in winter time you see it
Sure,
flat
just
and
a minute. Catherine, don't you put that out? I think it's cold in here, Jim. A little fire or something?
She likes it cool.
Oh, she likes it
and
cool.
hot.
Oh, okay.
She's
She
just
likes
said
it
it.
cool. Okay. Fine. I just thought it should be cold.
There.
Cottonwood buds you're using.
Yeah, this they break it off right here. Akas the Lord Zaka we call it, and it's about the Lord Zaka. It must be that red one I was thinking because that one is pretty sticky. And I don't know what's the others. They boil it together. I know there's 2, 3 from plants. They boil it together and they give kids bath or they soak wherever it's source.
For sore. So they boil this with some others.
Yes.
Together, not alone.
Yeah. Gas yoko takanono liali. You know, they go up and takanono, you know, get them.
That's one.
That's
No
the
problem.
cotton from the cottonwood. When we have fish net out in the spring before the dog salmon come or king salmon, we catch big whitefish that's supposed to be traveling ahead of salmon, dog salmon. We call that one betsi yidolkoli. Betsi yidolkoli. So when they start catching big whitefish, then you know the salmon is coming close.
Better take it.
Start killing you.
Alright. Take all the fun away here.
Well, just
Have to
it's not
wait.
gonna take. Don't take your book. Just take note.
Right,
Yeah,
I'll bring a
Book or
piece of paper.
tying snowshoes together. You know when you start to bend it, because you can just tie with those things. What you should take is just a one whole long one without the brands because that's what
Right.
it is.
Well, I just want to get it identified.
It's oga is what you get in the lake, that the one that'll cut your hand if you. And that's a getsang oga. That's a lake grass.
It would be sedge then. That would be a sedge. Sedge we would call it. Yeah.
Yeah, not una.
Okay, Jim. Write that down. I'm going to put that around these curves.
It's on the list, you know. And that tatarak, could you explain that?
That's good house lock, and it's also if it's small, it's good for fish trap stick. That's
Well, there
what we
can
look
be
for.
small spruce or big spruce.
They're all